Everyone, welcome back to the drivers room. We're in the Sunday league today, season 1 2020, and we're in round 4 tier 1 at the Drsl in the 1992 NSX Type R one make race on the sports tyres. I think everyone's starting on their sports softs today, and on pole we have Alex. He's 5th in the championship at the moment on 29 points. Did pick up a 4th place at Bathurst last round. Did miss round 1, hence his 5th place in the championship at the moment, but definitely up to speed now. Sticking on pole, be a contender for the rest of the season. In 2nd place we have Drsl. He's our championship leader at the moment on 74 points, commanding 17-point lead at the moment, but did admit to a potential mid-season dip in form. The rest of the grid could definitely do with that if there are any hopes of catching him at the moment. In 3rd place we have Ferdek. He's 7th in the championship at the moment on 25 points. Has had a dip in form the last 2 rounds, only managing 12th at Bathurst. But back on form today, back up to speed and sticking it on 3rd. In 4th place we have myself, DJ Rice. 2nd in the championship at the moment on 57 points. Just about nicked 3rd place last round and picked up a very rare fastest lap. 3 podiums in 3 races so far, so definitely looking to carry that form on into this race. In 5th place we have Wilco. He's 8th in the championship at the moment on 25 points. Best result of the season so far, last round finishing 5th. Definitely better results to come from this ever improving driver, starting from 5th today. In 6th place we have Daz. He's 9th in the championship at the moment on 24 points. Also his best result of the season coming at Bathurst, finishing 7th, showing strong pace around here today as well. Seems to be gathering speed as the season goes on. It's a good qualifying position today. In 7th place we have Rocker. He's 15th in the championship on 15 points. Again, his best result of the season coming in round 3 at Bathurst, just finishing inside the top 10. Excuse me, just a point behind his brother at the moment, who's not racing today. So again, chance to make up points on some of his rivals. And in 8th place we have Bullet. He's 4th in the championship at the moment on 44 points. Slight dip in form last round, finishing 9th after a very solid start to the season. But yeah, he's got to be hoping to get amongst the top 5 again today. In 9th place, right around the corner, we have MJR Mercer. He's 11th in the championship at the moment on 21 points. Race to forget for Mercer last round, finishing at the back of the pack, but keep it clean today and he could make up a lot of places. Obviously this track notorious for paying off for good consistency. And in 10th place we have Canny. 16th in the championship at the moment, only on 4 points, missed round 3, so he is a place off the one place off the foot of the table. Only 12 runners today though, so really needs to capitalise on that and try and get a good result. In 11th place we have V8 Vendetta. 14th in the championship at the moment on 16 points, missed the last round, so another driver could also do with a solid result today. To start from the back, he's got to be hoping for mistakes further up the field. And 12th place, only 12 runners today, we've got Kamaru. He's 3rd in the championship at the moment with 45 points. A race win and a clean race bonus last round at launch. Bloody hell. Clean race and a race win at Bathurst last round. Launched him up the table and put himself in contention for the rest of the season. But starting at the back today, did say already he was struggling with the NSX, so he was a late entry to the race. But that is our grid walk today. Let's get underway. So here we are then, about to get underway at the Drsl. Very much a Marmite track amongst the drivers' room. Only 12 runners today, some guys opting to miss this round. Obviously the best 6 results out of the 8 rounds of the season count towards the end, so you can afford to drop a race, and we're underway as Alex gets a clean start away from 1st. So it looks like Drsl just holding on to 2nd ahead of Ferdek, as himself and 4th, Wilco 5th. All positions retained, looks like pretty much everyone's got away cleanly there yet, so yeah, no positions changed at the start of the race. It's got Alex leading everyone away. Alex already pulled a bit of a gap to Drsl. So get these tyres up to get the tyres up to temperature. The car might be a little bit, might catch a few guys out. It looks like I broke away from Wilco a little bit. Dad's right on the tail, Wilco. So we've got Alex on the first straight of the lap, leading everyone down. Looks like he broke the slipstream from Drsl already. We've got second, third and fourth, very close. Looks like I think Bullet was having a little bit of a look at Rocker there. Again, very, very difficult track to overtake on, and that looks like Canny getting a little bit out of shape there. CV8 ghosting out behind. 10th and 11th, 11th and 12th, all very close together. Looks like Drsl just broke away from third deck a little bit there. What's that look like? That's a very difficult. That looks like V8 running wide there. So V8 getting a bit wrong in that first heavy braking zone after the straight. Kamaru's moved himself up to 11th now behind Canny. So, that's a very difficult part of the track coming up now as well. And yes, Canny goes really wide, Kamaru runs wide as well. And V8 should make up a couple of places again now as Kamaru rejoins the track in 12th. So Canny's a little bit further up. Kicking off at the back here, it's early doors to start this race. Back with our leader now, Alex, who's looks like he's just stretching that gap. I think Alex chose this track and car combo. Obviously, any member of the drivers' room can opt what track and car to use throughout the season. We've got an extensive, well-organised calendar, and yeah, I think most races are now planned for the next couple of months. So I've got a race I chose coming up later, I think in season 2 or 3, with the Drsl at the Nürburgring GP layout. Really looking forward to that one. And so yeah, Alex storming away at the front at the moment. So yeah, Alex still in first. Drsl in second, see third running a little bit wide there. Looks like I've dropped back a little bit as Wilco looks to be closing the gap. So Wilco's in the slipstream of myself in fourth. Dad's still in sixth, not that far behind. Pretty much all positions retained at the moment. So very much a race of consistency rather than out and out speed. Looks like Drsl coming under pressure again from Ferdek. Did do a couple of practice sessions with Ferdek before this race. A very, very competent driver around mods, and maybe prone to the odd mistake, but yeah, very, very formidable pace around here today, as you see, putting Drsl under pressure early on. They come around to this fast left hand. I think Drsl has run a little bit wide there. It's just scraping the wall. This might put Ferdek up into second. It does, yeah. So for the pressure paying off there for Ferdek. See Drsl just running a little bit wide. Myself in fourth now. I'm looking to put Drsl under pressure myself. Wilco still doing a good job in fifth. Dad's just dropping out the slipstream a little bit, the top 5. Still doing just enough to stay ahead of Rocker at the moment. I think Rocker's just closed that gap slightly. Yeah, Bullet behind. She's got Mercer in 9th, Canny in 10th still, Kamaru in 11th, and V8 in 12th. So yeah, after that mistake from Drsl, that gap between first and second has grown quite considerably now. So Alex just has to keep this neat and tidy. Just looking by the end of this lap, he could probably going to get himself a free pit stop. You see Ferdek getting on the defensive now. Drsl getting back up to speed, putting Ferdek under pressure straight away. He's pulled me along with him. The Wilco just dropped back a little bit. still well in contention. These guys ahead. So I'm just checking my phone there. Anyway, so Alex, first place. Let's have a quick look at the live time and see what sort of gap he's got back already. And I'm not showing any time gaps, unfortunately. But you see the first few sectors all purple for Alex. So quickest man on the track by some distance at the moment. So looks like Ferdek's pulled away from Drsl a little bit. It's top 5 still very close together. See them come down a little bit wide there, keeping the speed up. Dad's still in a comfortable 6th position at the moment. Rock in 7th, so yeah, Rock has dropped back a little bit from Daz. He might be coming under pressure from Bullet on the main straight. So it looks like the lead has just gone on to. You see the gap back to Ferdek in the background there. He's just pick up Ferdek, so he's going to have 2 or 3 cars in his tow down this straight now. So interesting to go on board with Drsl, see if he's picking up that slipstream. That's it. Oh, look, Ferdek just putting a wheel on the grass there. Probably just probably busy watching his mirrors as you see Drsl just coming up. He's going to take the inside of this left-hander under Bilstein Bridge. He gets the job done pretty comfortably, moves himself back up to 2nd. So it looks like just about staying in contention with these 2 guys, but not close enough to make a move on 3rd place at the moment. Ferdek's picked up a penalty as well. Himself in 4th, Wilco still in 5th. So Bullet not close enough to close in and Rocker down the straight. I think we've lost Kamaru at the back as well. First victim of the Nordschleifer. Yes, so it was a late entry. Was a late entry into this race. Not feeling the way the car handles. Old school mid-engine rear-wheel drive NSX. Yeah, it's quite a handful. I do enjoy the road going cars with a little less downforce. That's sort of one of the reasons I really like the Sunday League. It's a good mixture of high downforce and low downforce cars, good mixture of speeds. Yeah, good overall test of the driver's ability, I think, and obviously this car at Nordschleifer was quite a test. Now just coming up to the 9-minute mark now. You see his car's just taken off a little bit over that hill. If I remember rightly, just drop of gears. That's Ferdek running wide. Has he done enough to stay ahead? No, dirty tyres, he can't slow the car down enough. Luckily stays ghosted out there. I've moved myself up into 3rd place. Small mistake there from Ferdek, but that's what this track is all about. You see Wilco putting Ferdek under pressure now. Throw myself up to 3rd place. So Dsl's a little bit further down the road now. With see Ferdek dropping back. He's got a hell of a lot of work to do to catch this man known first. Alex absolutely flying away now. Yeah, reasonably slow start to this season in the Sunday League. Couple of the really quick drivers not competing this year, like Smith, F1. Obviously, like I said, Gadget and Pluck's not Sunday League regulars. Alex, so I would have to say at the start of the season, Alex would have been one of the favourites, probably alongside Drsl. Drsl's done really well at the start of this season, got some good results. He's in second place again today, so but one of the few times this could be another driver taking some points away from Drsl and close the gap up at the top of the table, but yeah, still a long way to go, and the table definitely changes shape quite a bit when the two worst results of the season get dropped. Anyway, you got myself in third place, just hitting the wall there a little bit. That's going to lose me a bit of time. This looks like Ferdex had a pretty good exit out of there, but see if he's close enough to make a move into the braking zone into the right hander. Flat out round this left corner. I just don't think he's going to be close enough. Just doing enough to stay in third place there, but got a long flat out section coming up now. Ferdex right behind me. Drsl cleanly away in second. Alex even cleaner away in first. It's, just keep an eye on this now, because I am notoriously bad for bottling it when under pressure, and obviously knowing Ferdex a quick driver, and yep, just gone wide, same place. Drsl. Wilco runs a little bit wide in the background there as well, so lost momentum. I think, yeah, just nips up the inside there, and Wilco gets ahead as well, so lost 2 places there in 2 corners. As Ferdex moves himself back up to third place and goes wide himself again, so that's Wilco up into third. Stays ghosted out, and I get myself just about to slip up into fourth again, so Ferdex back down to fifth. So all kicking off for this last podium place, unless there's a major mistake from Alex and Drsl up front. Those 2 guys are slightly running away with this at the moment. Run through the grid as we've got Rocker still in 6th place. Wait a minute, where is Daz? Daz has dropped down to 9th. Let's take a little look back. Rejoining the action right back on the 10-minute mark, just watching that battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th unfold. Daz had a pretty strong race so far, so they did show good pace in qualifying. So he makes a little bit of a mistake there. Close the gap, Rocker behind. So he comfortably in 6th place, drops right back to 9th, so he must have a really big moment somewhere. Oh, there it is, as he comes across the track. Oh, as Rocker just about slips past. Yeah, it's a big incident there from Daz, unfortunately. Yes, Bullet and Mercer just slipped past, so it's all looking pretty good for Daz. One mistake, he's lost 3 places. Flashback forward to this battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. See Wilco just leading everyone through at the moment. All getting very untidy between these 3 cars the past couple of corners, and so it's allowed Drsl and Alex just to escape down the road a little bit. As I find in most situations, it's a lot easier. That's Wilco running wide again. He loses a lot of speed. Is he going to keep it together? He's flat out on the grass. He does well to keep the speed up. There's myself and Wilco side by side there. He's just got himself ahead again there. So, yeah, good. Just about keeping it on the grey stuff. See myself and Ferdex chomping at the bit behind now. Wilco getting a little bit untidy through this section, but just about doing enough to stay ahead at the moment. just coming up to last few corners and onto the main straight. And ideally you want to as he runs wide again, I was going to say ideally you want to stay behind until the straight, so you make your move in the slipstream. A little bit of a coming together as he as Wilco's car ungoes there. Furlick just about getting through, but Furlick a little bit untidy through the mini carousel. But, I was talking about a little bit untidy. He's got himself up on two wheels there. A little bit too much curb. Furlick, oh, that's a terrible place to run wide. You just lose so much exit speed. So hopefully you can just get on the slipstream with Wilco. I think Wilco's just about in my slipstream. I think Furlick just disconnected. I don't know if he's had an issue there, but we've lost Furlick from the race, so that's promoted a few drivers. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But 15.5 minutes now, halfway through the race. So have a quick run through, as you'll have Alex diving into the pits for the first time. And imagine Drsl will as well. Yeah, so the top two drivers diving into the pits. Looks like I just about stayed ahead of Wilco there. Yeah, myself, Wilco diving into the pits. Sorry, you got a couple of people side by side there, so I think Mercer's made a move on a Bullet down the main straight. Picked up a penalty, he's just struggling to slow the car down now a little bit. So yeah, I think you've got pretty much everyone diving into the pits. And oh, someone going through as Mercer dives into the pits. Who went through then? Is that Bullet, I think? Oh, it's Bullet opting. He's done good with the tyre wear. Bullet opting not to pit there and gaining track position. Doing a 3-lap stint. Well, probably, I don't think you can do a no stop. You'll have to fuel save quite a bit. It might be a bit too costly in the long run. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Just keep an eye on this sector time for a minute. It runs a little bit wide there. But yeah, gaining just a bit of clean air might well be worth it as it is. So yeah, Bullet up into 5th place. We'll see 3rd X retirement. It looks like Wilco's got ahead of myself at the pits as well, so we've got Wilco back up in the 3rd as well. I just missed the split time there, but yeah, Bullet's staying out anyway, up into 5th. Got myself behind Wilco in 4th, Rocker in 6th. Mercer up into 7th now after he's moved down the main straight, although that was on Rocker. Has Mercer made a mistake coming out of the pits? It looks like he's taken on less fuel. He's a lot further back down the grid. Anyway, Mercer in 7th, Daz in 8th, we've got V8 in 9th, obviously Kamaru and 3rd X retirement, so we've had another retirement somewhere. That must be Canny as well. Top 10 finish for V8 if he can just hold it together. Yeah, as I say, always points to be made up on this track through mistakes and retirements, it turns out. But yeah, anyway, Alex running away with this race, out of fresh tyres now for his last stint, taking on plenty of fuel. Looks like Drsl in a comfortable 2nd place as well. Sorry if I can hear my cat meowing outside the door. Yeah, a bit of co-commentary. So yeah, Alex in 1st, Drsl in 2nd, Wilco in 3rd. Looks like he's pulled a bit of a gap to myself. Quiet you. Looks like he's pulled a bit of a gap to myself in 4th. Bullet in 5th. Where are we? 19-minute mark now. Yeah, Bullet in 5th, Rock in 6th, bit of fuel spread now. See Daz going real. Daz having another moment again. I think that's the same corner again. Yeah, that's a corner in. I kept getting wrong in D-Rec, and I might have even been in this race. But if you take too much curb on that left hander, it just throws you out to the right, and Yeah, because it's a very, very fast corner, minimal braking, and you touch that curb on the left-hand side on corner entry. Dad's just chucking this thing about now. Yeah, it can just catapult you off the track. Yeah, Dad's in 8th and V8 in 9th. Okay, just coming close to the 20-minute mark now. Just sit with the race leader, give him some air time. So this was Alex's pick. I don't know if it's track and car combo, but we definitely picked the cars. The tracks may already be set out on the calendar, but it looks like he's got the practice in anyway. So very, very dominant performance, and definitely a result he needs going into the rest of the season. This would be his first race win of the season. His best result before this was 4th place, so yeah, it's definitely a well-earned and deserved result. Obviously a long way to go now, but yeah, 4.5 minutes. What we got? A lap and a half left, basically. We'll have to do something incredibly stupid to throw this race win away. So Drsl just coming through the carousel on lap 3. Comfortable 2nd place for our championship leader, so he's going to drop some points to Alex, but I think I'm the closest person to him in the championship at the moment. So he's gaining points on me at the very least. So another solid result from Drsl on the cards by the looks of it. Wilco showing a lot of pace here today as well, as he looks like he's really pulled a gap to myself now, so he's just broken that slipstream by the looks of it. Wilco driver at the start of the season, towards the start of the season, I mentioned they've really picked up the pace this year, and yeah, I think this may be his first podium of the year. I need to check the notes, but yeah, definitely deserving and showing podium pace at the moment. So it's a little bit wide there, but yeah, myself in 4th. 3 podiums in 3 races. Looks like that might well come to an end today. And the 4th race of the season really was this really is a favourite track of mine. I've put a lot of laps. Wouldn't say I'm the quickest round here, but I've put a lot of laps in to be reasonably comfortable and confident around most of this track. Obviously this car was a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, quite enjoyed the combo nevertheless. You got Bullet in 5th place. Sage tyre wear kicking in a bit now, but yeah, still showing good pace. Be interesting to see where he feeds back into things when he comes back out. He's got Rocker in 6th place. Comfortable 6th place, pretty quiet race for Rocker. Got on a bit of a race with Mercer and Daz at one point. Looked like he might have closed the gap to Bullet at one point, but yeah, Bullet just showed a bit better pace in the early stages of the race. Got himself free. Well, we'll see. We'll see where he is in comparison to Rocker. Because Rocker might be putting in some PBs now on the fresh rubber and the light car. 7th place for Mercer, this will be a good result. Wearing number 7 as well. So yeah, he's had a bad result last time around at Bathurst, and yeah, 7th place will be very welcomed, I'd imagine. Dad's in 8th, unfortunately. A couple of incidents with Dad so far today, and yeah, finds himself quite a bit back off the bit too far behind Mercer than he'd like at the moment. This just comes onto the straight now, and V8 in 9th. Slowly building the pace up now. I think the rest of us in Tier 1 in the Sunday League and the Endurance Championship need to make the most of drivers like V8 who transition to Will. So once he gets back on the pace, he'll be a regular front runner. Just as it stands, he's at the back, so as I say, we need to make the most of it. And as you see, Bullet pitting him for his first pit. There's Rocker coming through already. So Rocker's coming through this, over the start-finish line. He's done an 8:06 on his out lap. See, Bullet's got to take on a bit of fuel. So Rocker up into 5th place, and see Mercer coming through now as well. So a long pit stop. So yeah, Bullet just coming out of pits now in 7th place. So obviously he's going to be quick in this last stint, but he's got a lot to do. Pick up the tail of Mercer. Also showing pretty good pace here today. Let's rejoin 3rd place Wilco. Just going past the 25-minute mark. He's definitely done enough to break the toe. But, just doing enough to stay in Wilco's mirrors at the moment. See Wilco going purple now. See a car just taking off there. Very, very lively. Mid-engine 90s car. I've actually had the, I don't know if it was a 92. I've been in a NSX in real life. Not driven, was a passenger. Very, very scary car, to be quite honest. It's just Wilco going wide there. I was saying, insanely quick car in the right hand. So he's going to lose. I think he's going to lose a place. You see the gap he pulled as well, so he's still just about in front, holding on to that 3rd place. But yeah, that's a shame. Big mistake there from Wilco. He's easily lost 3 or 4 seconds there after building up a substantial gap over myself in 4th. And right on his bumper now. See if he can just regain his composure. We're coming up to the final minutes of this race now, so this will be the last lap for everyone. Let's have a quick run through the grid, but we got Alex in 1st place, 7:52 from Alex, and there you go, 7:54 from Drsl. Drsl up to speed and in clean air. Definitely had the pace to challenge Alex today, but a couple of mistakes and a bit of fighting early on. Seen him drop back a little bit, but I think he'll consider this a good result nevertheless. See Wilco in 3rd. See, he's already pulled a gap again to myself in 4th. Wilco looking really, really strong in this NSX today. Just about keeps it together there, gets a good exit. But yeah, myself in 4th. This run of podiums might be coming to an end today. Rocker in 5th place. Got Mercer in 6th. Bullet's closed that gap a little bit to Mercer. A long way to go on this lap. Still 5 minutes or so of this lap left. Bullet might well grab the 6th place towards the end. We'll see what happens. Dad's not that far behind either, so Dad's also got pace today. Oh, as the commentator's curse kicks in there, he goes a little bit wide. Yeah, Dad could really do with getting on the back of Bullet, picking up that slipstream. It'll be 8 in 9th. Oh yeah, 1.5 minutes left. Not as incident packed as I thought it would be this race. It's been pretty high quality driving throughout the field. So I've lost 2 or 3 drivers throughout the race for various reasons, but been a pretty solid race all round. Yeah, 3 minutes left of this lap. Wilco's still doing just enough stay ahead as he gets a little bit untidy through this last technical section again. Yeah, I'm not even going to begin to try and memorise corner names around this track. But it's Wilco in third, myself in fourth, Rocker in fifth. Mercer just trying to ditch a panic there in sixth. He's got Bullet in seventh. I think I see Daz. I thought I see Daz flash past, but it was a bit closer than that. But oh, that's Mercer's run wide there on the last lap. Oh, he's gone into the barrier. He's lost a place to Bullet. That's a shame. So yeah, dropped a place there. Still a little bit of his lap to go, but he's got some work to do to get back on the end of Bullet. This is a Bullet on the fresh tyres now. He's going to want to disappear down the road. Bit late in the race to be catching Rocker. I think needs a mistake from Rocker if he's going to catch him. So yeah, Bullet up to 6th, Mercer in 7th. He's picked up a 5.5 second penalty as well. So Daz really closed that gap now. Daz has picked up a second, but yeah, Daz definitely in a position to take 7th place as well. So it's all come falling apart a little bit towards the end of the race for Mercer. See Bullet just disappearing down the road now. But we've got a main race leader Alex on the last straight. Just flashing past. Say comfortable race for Alex. Incident free as far as I could tell. Great pace, great consistency. And yeah, another different race winner in the Sunday League. So I think that's our 3rd race winner in 4 races now. And just gets the car slowed down, comes around the last few corners. Last right-hander, Alex to take the win. Congratulations, King of the Drsl today. He goes purple on the last lap as well, so might get a point for the fastest lap. Could be a clean sweep, minus the clean race bonus. I don't know if he got a penalty, but Drsl just crossing the line. He's got 7 seconds of penalty to ditch. As you see, Wilco's picked up a penalty as well, so 3rd place, but he's got a penalty. Drsl still getting rid of that penalty. Wilco comes around the last corner. Is he going to nick? Drsl just about ahead there. Wilco crosses the line in 3rd, but that penalty's cost him. He's dropped back to 4th. Oh, that's a shame, but not a shame for me, because that's my 4th podium in 4 races. Nicked on the line there. Yeah, Wilco just failing to ditch that 2nd penalty before he crossed the line. And extremely close to Drsl at the end there as well. See Rocker just coming home in 5th place. Top 5 from Rocker. I think this is his best result of the season. He's got to be happy with that. He's got Bullet just coming across the line further back. 6th place. So yeah, it looks like Daz got ahead of Mercer as well. So Bullet in 6th, Daz in 7th, and Mercer in 8th, unfortunately, on that last lap. But still solid points, and V8 brings it home in 9th. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It's been the Drivers Room Sunday League. See you next week.